Cleveland as they take on their Eastern Conference rival in tonight's contest. Welcome to Milwaukee. Home court advantage. Doris Burke. This hard. Oh!
Man, guys, got careless with the ball there.
Bucket. And don't let them set up the defense.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw. Courtesy of Kia. Stolen by Monroe. And it's Kevin Love with kicks to Antetokounmpo. Shoots a three. That is good. James with it.
And Greg Monroe really has had a good young career despite playing out of position for much of it. He has the size and skill set of an agile center, but was made to play power forward in Detroit once they drafted Andre Drummond, and that took some getting used to.
In transition, here come the Cavaliers. Smith's running.
Cavaliers timeout.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
And how big was last year's trade for J.R. Smith? I mean, sent from the Knicks to the Cavaliers around midseason, Smith began to post some of the better numbers of his career, helping prove that for a tumultuous personality like Smith's, environment is key.
And now, the Milwaukee Bucks answer.
He did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Jefferson's checked in for the Cavaliers. Here is Love. On the wing, Irving. Cleveland moving it around. Out to Smith from 20 feet out. The shot is off. Great D that time from Middleton. For J.R. Smith playing alongside LeBron and Kyrie last season, he knew he had a chance for a ring. You know, Clark, he played like it most of the time.
He sure did. I mean, instead of having to create offense, the offense was created for him, served up perfectly for him, and all he had to do was knock down open jumpers, and as a result, his shooting percentages rose after the trade.
Cavaliers ball.
The Cavaliers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Irving attacking. Got him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage.
Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day.
For Milwaukee, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. The Cavaliers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Smith. Irving with it. Now guarded by Middleton. And Jefferson throws it down hard.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound are a big part of what makes this guy.
Not to mention Greg, his ability to finish with strength just like that.
Yeah, he's an invaluable asset for them to have. No question about it.
Just tentative.
Smith kicks to Irving. Goes back up. That doesn't go in either for Irving. Well, the Bucks made huge strides as a team last season. Greg, most of it came from them establishing themselves as a top-tier defensive team.
And, Kevin, as you know, that's really where it starts for all the elite teams. And the Bucks defensively were very strong. You look at the metrics that measure a lot of the defensive categories. Bucks finished with the second-best defensive rating in the NBA.
Carter Williams, the pass to Monroe. And it's sent back by Irving. The Cavaliers trail by 3. Puts it up. That ball is in the basket. Now he's 2.
Hey.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Bucs?
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Plumlee is checked in for Monroe. Henson comes in for Parker. O.J. Mayo, he's checked in for Chris.
Moments, and he can seem like the most dangerous guy on the floor. A scary, deep-range shooter who loves to take defenders one-on-one.
LeBron's checked in for Cleveland. There's 1:47 left to play in the first. Fry, good.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
On the topic of O.J. Mayo, has value in this NBA.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, he's multi-skilled, good size, sees himself as a superstar, and yet that sometimes derails him being as effective as he could be because he just can't quite get comfortable in that role of being a backup. For Baker,
At the end, he certainly had his moments, Greg, but inconsistency and turnovers have kept the lid on his progress.
Yeah, well, where I like Bayless is in spot plays. You need a lift. You need a spark offensively. You go see Jerry.
And the Bucs with some changes. Monroe comes in for Miles Plumlee, and Jabari Parker subbed in for John Henson. Kevin Love's checked in for Cleveland. Williams comes in for Matthew Dellavedova. Right side, Williams. Mozgov goes up and lays it nice and easy.
you know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition. And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Williams dishes to Mozgov. Here's Fry, and the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant one foul.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. And both free throws good for Fry.
You know, Channing Frye signed a 4-year, $32 million contract in 2014. And in the very first leg of that contract, promptly had his worst season in 5 years. In fact, he even lost his starting job along the way.
Milwaukee's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And the dunk by Parker.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
And that one's good, Shumpert. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
You know what? Can you believe there have been 7 lead changes already, guys?
Wow.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one. And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
Williams. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Bucks ball.
The Bucks have gone 8 of 11 in the first quarter. They'll take that percentage any night. Mayo drives in. And Monroe kicks to Bayless. Nobody near Parker. No good off the front iron.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. And we heard from John Henson before the game, a player on the rise. He feels he's still...
Defensively, offensively,
Well, it sounds like he still feels like he has something to prove, Greg, but seems to me he's already known for being that kind of guy.
That's a great point. Anybody who plays against him knows he looks plenty strong when you're banging with him. But if he needs to push and motivate himself by playing with a chip on his shoulder, well, a lot of guys have gone a long, long way in this league using that method.
The assist for Michael
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
Really, it's always a positive when you can get some impact off your bench.
Always nice to have firepower coming from the reserves, and they've had firepower and then some so far.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. Dellavedova and Smith are the guard tandem. LeBron James is out there with Channing Frye, and it's Thompson in at the center, locking down the middle. LeBron passes to Smith. Out of hand on it, and that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. A different look from Milwaukee. Monroe's checked in for Plumlee. Jabari Parker comes in for John Henson. And Giannis Antetokounmpo is subbed in for Vasquez. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Irving's checked in. Pass to Dellavedova. Cleveland moving the ball around. Lets it go with the three. Rebound, Milwaukee. Now here's Carter Williams. Monroe outside. From the arc. That doesn't fall either. He's missed his first two shots tonight. Ahead, here's Thompson, and he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. O.J. Mayo, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. Mayo drives in, and the call will be against O.J. Mayo. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Irving with the ball. Now defended by Carter Williams. Parker with the steal. And now in transition is Parker. Oh, jam!
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on. Clark had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey, he's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one, although if he missed it, I might have.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas. And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than more.
He can take over games single-handedly.
For Cleveland, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Irving attacking. Smith kicks to Thompson. And he goes in for the dunk.
You know, he might be small for a